All right, so now that we have the total concentration, we have to look at the ratio. So same as we were before. So this 0.151 is actually the same concentration for sulfate because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, but we would have to double it when it comes time to doing the ammonia. So what that ends up being here for ammonia is 0.30, and this is 0.15 once we look at 2 sig figs. For our next one down here, same deal. So this concentration is the same for our sulfide, but for the ammonia, we would have to double it because it has 2 for every 1. So this would be 0.28. That's an 8. And this, of course, would be 0.14. Now, in this particular instance, because it wanted the concentration of each of the ions, we have two different solutions that are now mixed with the ammonium. So to report the total ammonium, we have to basically add those two up. So that would be 0.58 moles per liter. Okay, that would be our total. The sulfate and the sulfide are done individually, so that won't really make a difference there. Okay, so now looking at practice problems 4.1.2, this is where we're looking at taking a concentration that's given to us in solubility already, but converting it into either grams per liter or moles per liter. So in this case, we have manganese sulfide. We are given the concentration 4.7 times 10 to the negative 6 grams per milliliter, and we have to now report this in moles per liter. So the first thing I'm going to do is convert our milliliters into liters. So every 1,000 milliliters, we know we have 1 liter, right? So that now we have grams per liter, right? We've got the liter part there. So to essentially get our moles, we have to take a look at the molar mass, right? So for every 1 mole, it is going to be 87.003 grams, right? So again, that's manganese plus a sulfur. So we end up getting units of moles per liter. So if we calculate this out, we have 5.4 times 10 to the negative 5 moles per liter. Now I have a star written beside this. Let me just double check on something before I start talking. Times 1,000 divided by 87. Oops. Yes. So my answer I get here, please double check yours as well. I have 5.4 times 10 to the negative 5. However, the answer key that's in your textbook has this times 10 to the negative 2, which is incorrect. I believe what they did in the answers, they forgot to perhaps multiply by 1,000. I'm not sure what happened there, but regardless, if you find an error in this or if I did something wrong, please bring it up and let me know, but I can't seem to find anything. Okay, number 2. So we have here the solubility of lead to iodate. So let's just remind everybody what that is. Lead to, and I believe iodate is a 1. A negative 1 concentration, a negative 1 charge, pardon me. So we have a concentration. We want the mass of lead to iodate that would have to go in 300 milliliters of a saturated solution. So we have 4.5 times 10 to the negative 5 moles per liter, or actually we can convert this right away because we're dealing with milliliters. Really, it's 1,000 milliliters, right? Moles per liter, moles per 1,000 milliliter, same thing. And we're dealing with 300 milliliters of solution. And we want the gram value. So we're going to again look at molar mass. So for every 1 mole, we have 557 grams. So that gives us 7.51, which will go to 7.5 times 10 to the negative 3 grams. So again, if you want to do this in several steps, you can. If you wanted to put the liters there and then convert it after, that's not a problem. So we're taking a look here at all in one step. Okay, so our last practice problem that we are dealing with here, we have calcium carbonate is commonly found in eggshells and rock formations. So calcium carbonate, we have here, there's our formula. And a student is evaporating 100 milliliters of a saturated solution and 7.1 times 10 to the negative 4 grams remains. What is its molar solubility? Okay, so we have 7.1 times 10 to the negative 4 grams that is in 100 milliliters of solution, right? So this is like our original saturated concentration. And really we want to solve this in moles per liter. So let's get rid of our milliliters first. So for every 1,000 milliliters, we have a liter. And we want to then convert the grams into moles. So for every 1 mole of calcium carbonate, it's 100.09 grams, which will give us units of moles per liter. So we end up here with, for 2 significant digits, 7.1 times 10 to the negative 5 moles per liter. So it's just like a reminding you how to use your molar mass and doing different unit conversions. Okay, so we'll move on to, so you're going to do the review questions after you go through this. So please remember to jot down any questions that you have, and then we'll be sure to tackle those when I see you.